This week on Inside Boulder News, the city is making its neighborhood streets safer thanks to this program. Boulder's one step closer in achieving its climate commitment goals, and the FAA is set to meet in Boulder to discuss air traffic control. Welcome to Inside Boulder News, your source for all things Boulder. I'm Jocelyn Avendaño. The Neighborhood Speed Management Program will keep neighborhoods safer by installing speed humps in traffic circles to slow traffic. The purpose of the program is to reduce speeding on residential streets and to improve the quality of lives in Boulder's neighborhoods. And the city is now accepting applications for the 2019 cycle. The Neighborhood Speed Management Program, formerly known as the Neighborhood Traffic Mitigation Plan, implements engineering, education, and enforcement to slow speeding traffic on residential streets.
The program was created in 2017 with a pretty robust community engagement process. So it was a partnership between city staff, Boulder residents, and then the Transportation Advisory Board.
The program is now entering its second application cycle. The first round of projects included speed humps on 8 neighborhood streets and 2 complex street projects. Staff say that programs like this help the city move towards its Vision Zero goal of eliminating all serious and fatal crashes.
Reducing speeding traffic really works in support of that goal because speeding can really increase the severity of a crash. And so if we're slowing down speeds in neighborhoods, that we're proactively managing that and hopefully reducing the severity of any crashes that would occur.
The NSMP program is resident-driven. The city is currently accepting applications until the end of May.
An application to the NSMP basically requires a registration form, which is really easy to fill out, and then a petition, which takes a little bit more time, but basically involves walking the neighborhood and talking to neighbors to make sure that they support a speed management project.
Applications for the NSMP program must be turned in by May 31st. Staff will evaluate these applications at the end of the year and look at things such as the number of crashes on the streets and the surrounding neighborhood facilities. More information can be found by visiting the website seen on screen. On the April 16th council meeting, Boulder City Council authorized lease agreements that will add solar capacity to city-owned properties. Not only will this reduce the city's emissions, but it's expected to save $1 million over 30 years. We spoke to Carolyn Elam, the city's energy program strategy manager, to learn more. With a unanimous vote from council, the city of Boulder will now be able to move forward to develop over 12 solar energy projects in city-owned facilities.
Places like our recreation centers, our fire stations, our police yard, as well as our water utilities, and reduce our city's greenhouse gas emissions by as much as 6%.
2.75 megawatts of solar capacity will be added to city-owned properties under the new lease agreement. Not only will this bring low-cost clean energy to Boulder at no cost to taxpayers, but it puts the city one step closer to reaching its climate commitment goals.
We have a goal of an 80% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions, and for city organizations that goal is by 2030, and it puts us on the path to achieving that as a city organization.
These solar installations, which are set to be complete at the end of this year, are expected to bring the city a savings total of $1.4 million over 30 years.
You know, the city really needs to be a leader in the community and show that solar is possible and that it is affordable and break down those barriers. And so this is a great project for businesses and community members who may not have that upfront money to invest in solar to find mechanisms by which we can make that more accessible to them.
To learn more about the city's climate commitment targets and progress, please visit bouldercolorado.gov/climate. How planes fly in and out of Denver International Airport and other Denver area airports may soon be changing. The Federal Aviation Administration, or FAA, will be holding a public meeting to share and collect information on the Denver Metroplex project. According to the FAA, the Denver Metroplex project would allow more direct and efficient routing of aircrafts into and out of Denver, ultimately enhancing aviation safety and reducing flight delays. This project may involve changes to aircraft flight paths and altitudes in certain areas, but would not result in any ground disturbance or an increase the number of aircraft operations. But before the FAA implements any new procedures, the agency first has to conduct environmental reviews in accordance with the National Environmental Policy Act. These reviews will be shared with the public in a series of public meetings. One of those meetings will be held on Monday, April 29th from 5 to 7:30 p.m. at the Boulder Library Meadows Meeting Room. More information can be found by visiting the city's newsroom website seen on screen. In 2018, the city had the opportunity to bring together two separate divisions, Housing and Human Services. After a long history of collaboration, the merging of these two departments provided the chance to work together under one centralized leadership to achieve their common goals. In order to create more efficiency, the city's homeownership program has been moved to a new location at 2160 Spruce Street. Community members will be able to pick up and drop off applications at this new location.
It was intended to create a better, easier access for our customers to engage with that team. But senior centers are still here, children, youth, and families still located at Spruce and engaging with kids at the schools, and community relations is still offering its community mediation programs at the Spruce location.
Thank you so much for joining us on this week's edition of Inside Boulder News. If you have pictures, news tips, or events you'd like to see featured, we'd love to hear from you. Connect with us on Facebook and Twitter. You can also sign up to receive video updates right in your inbox. Just go to boulderchannel8.com and click on subscribe. Have a good week.